Okay, Dark Eve Tarot here. We're going to look at pile number one. All right. So, we have card 40 here, Inner Integration. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect life has on us. Okay, that seems kind of vague. So, what are we really talking about here? All right, so we have the Hand of Fate here. Forces beyond your control intervene. I feel like that's actually what the message here is like. That's what's trying to be integrated here is things that are not in your control. And then we have the Sun and Temperance. Yeah, that makes sense. Because like the whole goal here is, for integrating things is happiness, right? And so we're trying to find our happiness, but then things happen that we can't control, and we get all discombobulated, and then it's like we have to work. It takes a lot of time. I'm just seeing a lot of time here. Like these are all different versions of you. And this temperance, that's that equilibrium that it's talking about here. There's peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect. I mean, temperance right there. So this actually goes here. Well, we'll just leave it here. All right, so that's just really confirming that this was meant to come out for you. Now, we also have the card here of separate ways. So, there's a couple things with this card here. First of all, we'll take the literal message of separate ways. Like there might be something going on where you're going to have to split off from, like, it could be a job, it could be a spouse or partner or something, a friend, a family member, whatever. But there is a split that is being shown here, but also just with the dark and the light here, it's there's something to do with polarity where it's like this all or nothing thing, and that all or nothing thinking, it kind of relate goes back to here, forces beyond your control. It's like people tend to, when you're threatened with something that's out of your control, people tend to resort to this all or nothing. Well, it's got to go all my way or nothing works out right. I'm never going to get to the sun. Or you know what I mean? So it's also kind of like a warning as to, hey, let's get some temperance out here. Let's kind of balance out that thinking, because things are never always all bad. Or you know what I mean? Just always and never. Just think of those words, always and never. Like anytime when you're thinking or brooding or talking or whatever, and you use the words always and never, like think about what you're actually saying. Okay, so we also have here the Six of Wands, which is kind of nice energy here. It almost feels like a new home, like blessing a new home. I wonder if some of you are gonna have like a change in residence or something. But it's like, I don't know, it feels like blessing a new home. That's really all I'm getting from that right now. And the Six of Wands is a card of, like, victory, celebration, being honored, this, it just feels like, yeah, they're blessing a home. And here, oh, we have the moon. Okay. Oh, interesting. So, this moon card here, this is definitely talking about you see how it has like this two-headed wolf or dog right here? It's it's that back and forth when you are dealing with forces beyond your control. It's it's like you go back and forth. You might go back and forth between, should I stay, should I go, do I act, do I not act, or you know what I mean? Like just not knowing which direction to go in because the moon is unknown. Sometimes it's things you're afraid of. Sometimes it's things you just don't know yet or you can't see or that are hidden from you. There might be there might be what am I trying to say? There might be it totally left my head. It'll come back to me if it's important. Okay. So, the it cards. So what we have here, we have 9 shower caps and we have 2 SS Georgies. All right, so the 2 SS Georgies, it's actually giving me kind of a good feeling. It's almost like you don't know, because I'm kind of just taking this as like 2 of Cups energy, where you you're sitting here and you don't know what to think. You're going back and forth over something because there's something that you don't know. Okay? But here it's kind of like reassuring you that hey, even if you go separate ways over here, that means that you're creating room for a new relationship of some kind, right? Then here, this this is, I mean, I'm just getting like brain work. I'm getting brain work with this, like too much in the head. It's not like 9 of Swords, where you're having just like buku of fear, anxiety, bad dreams, all that. But this is it is a build up though. It does feel like a build up. Like it could be, since it is wands, maybe it's a build up of anger. It could be a buildup of anger here. So what's interesting is that these are right here in the spread, and we have the sun, which is happiness, right? That's closest to this 2 of Cups type energy. It's like don't forget about being positive, right? Don't forget about being positive. Don't forget about things that make you happy can actually exist and they will continue to exist, right? So that's good. I like this here, especially with so much like more trickier things to deal with. And then here is right under temperance. So I feel like you're being asked to just kind of keep a handle on some of the things that you let build up. Because if you don't like, if something bothers you and you don't say anything, it just festers inside. You know what I mean? And it can be something that ends up making you stuck. And when you do that, you are kind of giving away a little bit of your power. So things that are out of your control are going to seem even more out of your control. Okay, this is the reading for pile number 1. All right, Dark Eve Tarot here, and we have pile number 2. So let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what you got. All right. So we have the home card here. It's card number 42. And what I'm seeing here is I'm not really getting anything from the couple sentences down here. I'm really just getting from the image here about how there is this, I want to say, aged or older woman, right? So she's not in her youth anymore, right? So she's learned a thing or two, she's experienced a thing or two, and she doesn't look like she used to, but she's super comfortable in her skin. She's smiling, she's enjoying herself. She knows what makes herself happy. And I feel like this is a goal. This is a goal for you. It's like you want to know, you want to be that comfortable with yourself. You want to be happy. It's like you want to sit there and enjoy yourself and not have so many worries or so many cares, about what people think of you, or how you're going to fit in, or there's a billion things that it could be as far as what worries you. So here next we have the winds of change, and this is definitely air energy. It says your surroundings will undergo transition. So there's something happening with your space. So it says here your surroundings, but with the winds of change, I'm almost wondering if it is, since it is air energy, if it's your headspace. Like, because like if you, let's say you go through a spiritual awakening, then the things around you are different than they were before you had your spiritual awakening, right? Like, things mean different things to you. So they either grow or decline in importance. Certain things. And it is a transition. So I feel like the transition is in your perception. The winds of change are coming for you, and it's your perception of things that's going to change, and the effect of that could literally change your surroundings. Like you might get rid of things that you thought you needed, but now you know you don't, or just things like that. Like you might freaking feng shui your house or something. All right, so next we have Ace of Swords and the Eight of Coins. So there is, with the Eight of Coins, this is like a perfection, like not perfection, but like it's honing in, perfecting your craft. So there's something that you're perfecting here, and it came out with the Ace of Swords. So it's almost like the perfecting of ideas, and that makes total sense if you're having some kind of transition with your perception with this air energy, right? Okay, so next we have the Nightshade. And I don't really know a lot about the plant, but I don't think this is about the plant. It's something about it's something about the nighttime or shade itself. All right, what's the tarot say? So we have the Sun and Seven of Wands. All right. I'm getting a excuse me, I'm getting a couple things with this. First of all, if this has something to do with the night or shade itself, it's probably, I mean, like, if you think about it, you can't have shade, like a shadow or shade is created because there's something blocking a light source, right? The sun is a huge light source. So, you, it's almost like something is using light to kind of throw shade on you, and it's causing you to feel super defensive here. And I almost wonder if there's maybe someone around you that, well, I guess the nice way to put it is doesn't have your best interests in mind, but if you want to be nasty about it, you might have a little snake in the grass or a traitor amongst you, or something like that. Someone who is not whose intentions aren't pure. Okay, I mean, the gravity of it, I'm not really getting the level of it. It could be something just minor, or it could be something major. I'm just getting that it's there, and whoever they are, whatever it is, it's using light to produce the shadow, which means they're trying to appear as if they are like this super positive Pollyanna type, and oh my gosh, I'm so nice. They're trying to tell you how nice they are, and nice people don't have to tell you shit about how nice they are because they're just nice and you can feel it and you know it. So I want to say just be on the lookout for people who like seem to be like overcompensating in the whole nice area because they may not be as nice as you think they are. Because being nice, I mean, it should come intentionally from within. It's not something you have to go overboard with, or I don't know, something off about it, okay? Now, the Seven of Wands, that's that whole defending yourself, self defense. But it's also underneath this winds of change here, and that's about your mental space, your head space. So there's some this defending yourself could also very well be just a part of your mental space. All right, so we have oh, okay. So we have the 9 here, the 9 of weird shower caps. And we're going to take this as 9 of swords. 9 of swords, that's that anxiety that I can't sleep. I'm just troubled in my head because it's so aligned with this right here. See, and it's right under this ace of swords too, which is like you need it's like you need to center yourself. It's like you really need to center yourself. Find this personal truth of yours. No one is going to tell you what your truth is. You know what I mean? That comes from you. It comes from within. And the more comfortable you are in your own skin, the easier it is to hear and feel this truth. So last we have time to float. It's time to, yeah, time to float. It's like this, I'm not really thinking what float means in the movie because that's not cool. Well, well, you know what I mean. But like, it's time to float. It's raise above. It's time to rise above this situation here because this isn't really doing you any favors. This isn't helping you. So it's time to rise above this situation here, but also because it is kind of like a page of pentacles card, it's also saying that there is something that there's something new that you need to learn. And considering that this is mostly a swordsy air headspace kind of message, there's something I'm just thinking there's something you need to learn about yourself. I mean, it makes sense. It's like the intuitive messages, there's something new that you need to learn, but I'm just connecting the dots here saying it's probably internal. Something about you. Okay. Number 2, this is your message. All right, Dark Eve Tarot giving you pile number 3. Number 3, what do we have? It's upside down. All right. Aw, okay. So a little sentimental here. So we have card 35, which is the presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. So to me, this is missing somebody or something. This could be it could be missing a spouse or missing your grandpa or missing a child or missing your pet from when you're a kid. It feels like really missing someone and acknowledging that their presence is still there. Sometimes this card, it makes me cry like a baby because it has a lot of emotion. It has a lot of emotion. I can totally identify with just this image. I've seen it, I've lived it, and I know many of us have. So next we have the spider, and the spider. The words. It says be meticulous and patient. So I'm not really getting anything from the meticulous part right now. Combined with this card here, I'm really just getting the patience. It's like I don't know if you've been trying to sense loved ones. Like some of us are more in tune with our spidey senses. That's what it is. Oh my gosh. Thank you. All right. Some of us are more in tune with our spidey senses than others, but that doesn't mean that you don't have them. Everybody has some form of psychic ability. It's just one is stronger than the other, or it's some people work on them, develop them. So there's have some patience, but I can tell you right now, if you are feeling like you're not getting signs or synchronicities from or little messages from loved ones that have passed or whatever, that I just want to tell you that the it's very subtle. It's very that realm that realm when you tap into it, it's very subtle. It's not going to be some big flash, some explosion of confetti going, "Here's your sign." You know what I mean? It's like it's very subtle, and you need to be patient with yourself because it's real, it happens, and you can see it too. You can see the signs. It's like it's just keeping your eyes open to notice things. It doesn't mean constantly searching for synchronicities like every time you see 1111, it's a big, whatever. It's not constantly trying to find them. It's just having like a being patient with what you're open to and how you look at things so that you can notice when things are slightly off or slightly different, or this isn't, this is different. Why is this, what I mean? Like, not totally getting in your mind. And it's like basically what I'm trying to say, I'm taking the long way to say this, is don't go overboard trying to find signs and symbols and messages, but don't ignore the ones that are real. You know what I mean? Like, don't write everything off for logic, right? It's like not everything is not a sign, but there's never no signs. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, oh, you have an ace too. I think pile two had an ace as well. So you have the ace of cups and the eight of swords. That's pretty much what I was just saying here. Like the eight of swords, that's like you refusing to see what's there, the signs that are there, the messages that are coming through. It's like you're refusing to see them. Like, no, I'm blind. Nope, I can't see them. I don't. It doesn't happen to me. That shit's not real. That kind of thing. And it's like it's all self-imposed. It's all in your head, and it's preventing you from getting these beautiful messages of love. This Ace of Cups. And it's like, and it's funny because the Ace of Cups, it's got this guy, it looks like the Knight of Cups, and he brings messages of love. And not a lot of decks have a tiny little picture of what looks like the Knight of Cups on the Ace of Cups. You know what I mean? Normally it's like a hand from spirit handing you this beautiful overflowing cup or whatever. But it's like you're blocking yourself from receiving these messages of love. And there's so many different ways that you could be blocking yourself too. I could do a whole different reading just on that. All right, so what do we have? Oh, see, look at you. See, you have remembrance here. And it's really important that you know that they, like your loved ones that are on the spirit side, they know. They know when you are remembering them. They know when you think about them. So and it's okay. You know what I mean? Just because you're remembering someone, it doesn't mean that you're obsessed. It doesn't mean you have a problem or whatever. Yeah, anything can become a problem, but this is a remembrance, and it's kind of like a sacred remembrance. That's what like these photos are. The photos. It's like it's remembering the past, remembering the good times. I mean, nostalgia isn't always bad. A lot of people put a negative spin on nostalgia, and it's not always bad. It doesn't mean you can have a nostalgic moment and not be, oh, you're so stuck in the past, or you know what I mean? So allow yourself to remember. It's okay. So we have here, oh shit, this is nice. So we have the Eight of Cups. Excuse me. We have the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. This is really cool. First of all, it's super cool because it's an 8 that goes to a 9, so there's progression. You are going to make progress with this. You're going to make progress with this, whether it is progress with being patient with yourself, progress with remembering in a healthy way, or progress with being able to receive messages that you had prior blocked yourself from receiving. So that's really good. I love that progress for you. And so the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups is also really cool because the Eight of Cups is that walking away from something that's not healthy for you, right? So it's like you are leaving some kind of unhealthy emotional habit or something behind because you're ready to be happy again. You're ready to feel those feelings. I just love the look of satisfaction on this man's face. He's very comfortable with himself. It's like he's satisfied, but not in like a gloating pride way. He's just really, he's at peace with the happiness he's able to feel now, you know? It's really cool. So let's look at your it cards here. It. So we have, oh, it's the little love note to Beverly, to Bev. So three, okay, so this is Three of Hearts, which would be Three of Cups. Three of Cups is that celebration. It's like celebrating your love. And that ties in with this remembrance card here. It's like it's okay to celebrate your love. If someone's gone and you love them, it's like don't think that it was wrong to love them because love is real. You know, love is real, and and if you felt it, it was real. It's okay. You know, you can still love them even if they're gone. And then we have here. We have what are these? These look like little postcards. These look like little postcards of Maine. Okay, so it's the Ten of Wands, really, though. So the Ten of Wands, that is that burden. So if you put these together here, it's like on one hand, you feel like that love is a burden to you, but really it's not. It's all about your perspective. It's all about how you look at it. It is also a warning, or a reminder to not like, hey, like love shouldn't be a burden. If there's something that feels like a burden, then maybe it's time to take a step back. Maybe it's time to take a very long step back to ensure your own happiness here. All right, number 3, this is your message. Okay, Dark Eve Tarot here, pile number 4. Let's see what you have here. All right. Uh-oh, what's this? All right, so we have card number 15 here, which is titled Distorted Desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Distorted desire. So number 4, are you going after something that well, I can't even properly ask the question because of the distortion. So hopefully in these cards it tells us what the distortion is. But it feels like this person feels like they're in panic mode, right? They're in fight or flight. There's some kind of desperation. There's some element of desperation going on here with their desires. And I'm really not liking the storm clouds brewing here. I don't know. This could also be acting on bad information. Like maybe you have had some bad information about something. I don't know. This is it's a mystery so far. Okay, spirit, this spirit. Oh, okay. Well, that's reassuring. So you have the spirit card here, which is really nice. It is kind of like a guardian angel, and it says unseen forces watch over you. So there is some element of protection here, which is reassuring. So if you are kind of like in a panic, like a panic mode, or you are like kind of freaking out about something, uh, just remember that I mean, everyone has a guardian angel, okay? So you are being looked after. You're not alone. Whatever, whatever's going on. Oh, okay. So we have the devil with the six of coins. Okay, so there's definitely a major imbalance here, and like the six of coins, of course, is this card of balance, right? Like equal giving, receiving kind of thing. Yet it's out here with the devil card, which is a complete imbalance of power here. Like this devil has chained these people up, and it's blocking them, it's limiting them. So I almost feel like this person is running away. I want to say this person is running away from this oppressive energy right here because it wasn't fair. Things weren't fair. And so the question that I was going to ask earlier is now I can ask the question. So the distorted part. So is it the situation or is it you? That's the question. Are you seeing things in an imbalanced way that's causing you to flee and thinking that you're oppressed? Or are you actually oppressed? Or is there like, were you giving too much and or receiving too little, or what? It feels like it could go different ways depending on who's watching. All right, what's next? Okay, so we have the righteous. Oh my gosh, shit, I would run to. Fuck that. This reminds me of those super self-righteous people who can do no fucking wrong, and they make you feel like shit. Like, and they're usually super gaslighty. Okay, now I get this here. And you're sick of it. You know what? I don't even know if this distorted desire is yours. I think it's theirs. Their desires are distorted. Their view of equality is distorted. I don't know if you're dealing with like a total, like if you're, I don't know, like I try not to deal with the whole gender thing, but let's say, for example, let's say you're a female and there's some kind of overbearing masculine, um super like misogynistic, putting you down like you can't, there's no way you're going to be as good as they are, or they're always going to be the smarter than you and stronger than you and do the things and blah blah blah, and you're just supposed to sit down and shut up. Something like that maybe, but that's just one example. But whoever this is, this person that's being depicted by the devil card, this overbearing person, you're sick of it. It's like all you want is your fair share, right? You just want your fair share. Well, you know what? It is possible for you to get it because you are being looked out for too. Okay? You also have a guardian angel. All right, so let's get the last two tarots here. So we have the Fool, and we have the Knight of Cups. And the Fool and the Knight of Cups here are going in the same direction. They're going this way. It's almost like you're running to catch up with the Fool so that you can get. It's like the Knight of Cups is waiting for you, and the Fool knows where he is, or she is, because this Knight of Cups is a she. That's interesting. Gosh, it's almost like you're running to safety, like to a safer, like a non-threatening place. This place behind you seems very threatening and very low vibe, very dense, right? And I don't know who this Fool is to you. I feel like this Fool is a person and not just like an overall energy. I feel like this Fool is a person, and it's someone who is a lot more simple. Like there's more simple person, and I don't mean stupid. I don't mean a fool. I just mean they're simpler. They're not, they don't put all this complicated crap onto you, and they have a much easier way of looking at things, really. And I think that's where you're trying to go. You're trying to find your way to get, you have to get past this self-righteous person to get to this fool, so that you could both hang out with this Knight of Cups. And this person is super lovable. This person is patient as well, and they wait for you. They're waiting for you. That is really cool. So we also have Six of Cups, and that's that nostalgia. Oh, that was like, I think pile number 3 had nostalgia in it. So room 208, room 208 is, that's that most haunted room at that hotel. Okay, so room 208, that's the most haunted room at that hotel. Six of Cups is about something from the past. There, and when I just, as soon as I said haunted room, it just reminds me of where you're running from. There's something that's been haunting you for a long time, and I don't mean a ghost. I just mean something inside of you. It's like you you've known for a long time that you were going you were going to break free from whoever this is. You've known for a long time, and I think it was your spirit guide or your angel that told you. Could have been in a dream, or what, or just a feeling, a nudge. And then we have here, this is the page energy. This is novice energy, and this makes sense. And it's also swords. It'd be like the page of swords, right? It's a bright idea. It's like it's like you were given this bright idea. I feel like these need to be up here, right? It's like you were given this bright idea by your guide or your angel a long time ago that you will be able to escape it, and like you finally, like something clicked and you were able to find a way out and through, so you can meet up and be with the people that you care about, that are better for you. All right, number 4, this is your message.